Okay, everyone, welcome to tonight's Advanced Customer Training webinar. My name is Michael Crowder. For those of us that might not know each other, I'm a Platinum Regional Vice President with ACN. I'm based in Charlotte. I'm at my house in my office tonight. And tonight's training is designed to take you to another level within your ACN business. Tonight's training, our goal is to make sure that you understand how to maximize your residual income in ACN. Now, tonight is going to be very informal because this is only designed for IBOs, for people who have gotten in the business and are qualified in the business. You know, there may be some other people who are on here. Maybe you haven't gotten customers yet. Maybe you haven't experienced anything. This is probably going to be a little bit cart before the horse for you. But that's okay. Take some notes. Repetition's the mother of learning. And tonight we're going to go through some real details in how you can build your ACN business in a big way. And so let's jump straight into the information right now. You know, first of all, I want everybody to make sure you understand the value of time. A lot of times we go through life and we just, we go through the mundane every day, going through the process. And, we really never stop and realize there may be a better way. And, my story real quick, I was a traditional business owner. Everything was great. And then 2009, we got hit really hard by the economy and we started losing our businesses. Our house was in foreclosure and I was invited to a home meeting. And at that home meeting, I realized that there was something called residual income, meaning the ability to do work one time and get paid month after month, year after year on that same work from once upon a time. And that's when I realized that what you're looking at on your screen here, we're going to spend every year 33% of our year sleeping for the most part. 2,900 hours the average person sleeps in a year. 22% of our time, the average person spends working, 1,920 hours. And then if you see here, 45% of your time, it is the time you actually have the value that you have of your quality of life. Now, here's one thing I've learned is there is a better way. Can you agree that you're using literally over half of the time you have? You only have twice as much time that you work for yourself in a year. What if you could buy back all 1,920 hours, that you could literally own that time and do with it what you wanted? You see, here's the power of residual income. Many of you know this, but do you realize that to make $100 a month in residual income in a bank account, earning 5% interest, guys, you would make $100 a month. Who makes 5% interest? Can we agree? Very few people. But at $240,000 in the bank, if you made 5%, that's a $1,000 residual income. And you'll see tonight, you'll hear from people tonight who've done this in a short period of time in ACN, who've built that residual income. And that's what tonight is about. Tonight is about customers. Tonight is about building residuals. Tonight is about showing you a way that you can truly build residual income. See, one thing I've learned about ACN is if you think it's easy or you think it's hard, you're going to be right. And it goes with customer acquisition as well. And tonight is designed to talk to you about how to build your residual, significant residual. With this in mind, what if every bill that comes in your home is paid for by your residual income check? Well, just think for just a second. What if January 1st hit and a check hit your mailbox that paid for everything you spend in January? And February 1st, it happened again. March 1st, it happened again, April, May, etc. Can we agree you own all that time? Those 1,900 hours you own. Guys, think about that. Think about what you could do with that time in your life, because we can't ever get it back. Can we agree this hour we're going to spend together, you can never get it back. So I better provide value. See, I take that serious. When I'm doing something, I want to make sure that that hour that you're spending on here that you can never get back has that value and takes you toward a destination, a why, something that drives you. And my goal for you is true financial freedom through residual income. Now let's talk about our how residual works in ACN. First of all, your personal residual income, you get between 1 and 10% based on how many personal customer points you have. So when you have up to 29 points, you make a 1% residual income on that billing on your personal customers in ACN. When you have 30 to 39 points, you make 3%. When you hit 40 points, you get to 5%. And when you get 60 points, you get 10%. So write this down. Attack 60 points. If you don't have 60 points, you are missing money right now as we speak. Okay. I tell my team, if you don't have 60 points, you're literally walking by $100 bills every time you open your front door, right? So get 60 points done so that you have it. And now here's how it works. So you get paid through 7 levels, and you get paid up to 8% on that 7th level, plus all the correlating percentages in the other levels. Now, those levels are unlocked based on your personal customers. So your first 10 personal points you get unlock your first 2 levels. Your 20 customer points unlock your second 2 levels through 4. Your 40 points are unlocks through 6. But watch what happens on your 7th level. When you get 60 points, you unlock all overriding residual as well. So understand that your residual income, sorry, hang on a second. Some kind of notice there. Your residual income is unlocked totally when you have 60 points. So if you don't have 60 points, you have not unlocked the power of your residual income. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now, the first thing we talk about, of course, is qualification. And I want you to notice on here for just a second what you see on the screen. First of all, it's 5 customer points, 3 services, 1 outside service. We know this. Everybody on here should be qualified as we speak. But also understand that your goal is to get your new team members qualified as fast as possible. So if you're taking notes, write down this: condensed timeframes. Condensed timeframes. Literally, the faster you do things, the more of that you can get done in a shorter period of time. The faster you condense timeframes, the more duplication will take place in your organization. And here are the point values of some of the services. Digital phone service, 1 to 2 points. Gas and electric, 1 to 2 points each based on residential or commercial. We're going to talk about all these in detail tonight. 2 to 4 points for flash wireless. Look at Dish, Vivint, and Innovia. These are August promotions. They're unbelievable. 5 points for Dish Network, 5 points for Vivint Home Security, 10 points for Innovia, and 2 points for Business Assistant. So you can get points fast in ACN. Now, of course, you need to think like a business owner. As a business owner in ACM, you own your own company. See, when I got started in ACN, I'd owned my own businesses, right? I'd spent hundreds of thousands, if not more money on my own traditional business. If you buy a landscaping company, you're going to spend $5,000 on your lawnmower. Then you're going to need a trailer to drag it around and a truck to pull it. So you're spending tens of thousands of dollars so that you can go sit in the sun and cut people's grass. Listen, there's nothing wrong because you're making money, right? But hear me, in ACN, don't treat this business like the $500 it costs you. Treat it like you just bought $1 million company, right? Whatever you need to do. Tonight is about 60 points. Tonight is about finishing your 60 points so you can start your business. Tonight is about getting that done so you never miss $1 in HCM. You never miss $1 in residual income. So what do you want to do? Break any contract you need to break, right? If you have AT&T phones, we don't sell AT&T phones. Move to Verizon, Sprint, or T-Mobile. Whatever you have to do to get yourself paid. If you don't have television, get television. If you don't have, if you got cable, man, great. Move your internet. Move your TV. Whatever you need to do to get the services, to build a belief, to get paid on them, to have the necessary tools. See, you have to be all in ACN to go all the way. You can't do ACN 99%. I'm just telling you. This is a leadership talk tonight. I'm here to help you get free. The reason most people don't get free in life is because, number one, they don't commit to it. See, you don't get free overnight, but the commitment happens overnight. See, tonight you can make a commitment that you're going all the way. That residual is not just going to hit your mailbox and take care of your first month of the year. Can you imagine what would happen if your residual income that hit January 1 covered your year? And what happened if February 1st a residual income hit that covered your year again? And every year you put 11 years worth of residual income in the bank or gave it away or did something to build a legacy for your family. You see, that's available, but that's not available if you're just thinking, well, I'm going to just give it a try. I'll put my foot in the water and see what happens. No, listen, this is a 25-year-old company with thousands and thousands and thousands of documented stories and tremendous success stories. Why can't you be one? Here's the thing. It all starts right here. See, I decided the day I signed up in ACN, I was going to be a senior vice president. I didn't care how long it took. that I was going to build a residual income that took care of my family, regardless of how long it took. So you want to think that way. So as we go into this training, you understand this is not something that, hey, I'm going to try. This is something that tonight you're going to learn how to do. Okay. Now, here are the goals tonight. 60 points. We're going to get that done immediately. Write that down immediately, as fast as humanly possible. With qualifications, condensing timeframes as fast as possible. Qualifying people as fast as possible. Getting your 60 points, building your massive residual income. Think about this. Now, this is the slide I really want you to focus in on. You see, the faster you help your new IBOs get 10 customer points or more, that's the faster that your business is going to grow, right? Think about this for a second. What if everybody in your team got 40, 50, or 60 points? Do you know, as a team coordinator, if you have 60 points, that leaves 540 points that you need in order to get this done. Do you know you can hit team coordinator with as few as 10 people getting 60 customer points? You can literally sign up 9 IBOs. If you have 60 points, you help 9 people get 60 points, you're a team coordinator in ACN. Now, does it work that way? No, it doesn't, because a lot of people don't do anything. But if you have 60 points or a 75 or 100 or 150, you know how to get the customers. And the people who know how to get the customers get more customers. I look at Gail Rogerson over in Australia. Right now, she's number 2 in customer acquisition in our entire team. Gail has 260 personal customer points. Gail has 260 personal customer points. Her son, Lloyd, has 190. Guys, in the same household, 260 and 190. That's 450 points in a household. And under them, they have people like Jesse Burford, 150, 160 points. Michael Canicosa, 150, 160 points. Over and over and over, people have 60 points. Why? Because once you get 60 points, that process is very duplicatable. So you want to get to TC fast. You want to get to RD fast. How about the new RVP qualifications, guys? 3,000 points. No more billing requirements. If you help people get 60 points, your business can explode to RVP. And think about the residual income you'll build if people are getting 60 points in your organization. So the first thing is attack 60 points, get it done. The second thing I want to talk about is getting your services for free. Getting your services for free. This is so important. Strive for 5, empower your home, empower your wallet. Get your services for free. Getting your services for free builds a belief in you, and your people will get their services for free. Every single person on this line, if you decide to, can have free cell phone service by the end of this week, period. Everybody, with what I'm going to teach you tonight, can get free service. There's not a doubt in my mind. And empower your home, free electricity. And, here's what I want to do real fast. I know Jonathan Burgess just hit Strive for 5, saving $1,000 a year. Jerry Cook, over $1,000 a year. I know I talked to Jeremy Reed today. Jeremy's having a ton of success with Power Your Home. His power, his electric is free, and his gas is free. And his residual is now covering everything, every expense in his home. So there's and literally after just a year and a half in this business. So why do I tell you that? Because getting the Strive for 5 done, getting the Power of Your Home done are very important. Knock that out, and I'll teach you what those are here as we go through. So let's talk about ACN's commitment. First and foremost, ACN's commitment is great customer experience. ACN's commitment is making sure that they make it easier to acquire customers. They constantly are improving our process. They're improving the software, the experience, and they're allowing us to build more residuals. When we got started in this business, every service we had, we only got paid for 2 years. We only got paid for 2 years, and we had to go replace the service. Today, almost every service we do pays you for life of the customer, which is incredible. So that creates massive residuals. But if you're taking notes, write this down. ACN's not perfect. ACN's never going to be perfect. We're a technology company. If you've ever worked with a technology company, technology doesn't always work. I'm going to age myself. How many remember the Windows XP launch that was live, and they launched it, and 30 seconds later it crashed? Even the inventors of technology, Microsoft, couldn't handle technology, right? So understand that things don't work always. But remember, when you're talking to customer service or you're talking to rep services, remember they work for you. Always love on them, right? Always be kind, always be nice. You want them to have a great, experience with you on that phone, because think about what they're doing. They're working in a call center to manage a business that you can potentially get wealthy from. So understand they're there to help you, but it's not always going to work perfect. Know that. Let the customer know that up front. 90, 95% of the time, everything goes off without a hitch. If there's any little quirky thing, just get in touch with me and we'll help you through it. Right? If you have that conversation up front, then that customer is going to know, man, they appreciate me, because I promise you, these big companies are not telling that customer that. Right? That's what you, as a business owner at ACN, have that extra relationship that you have the ability to help them with. Now, ACN perpetual services. Focus in on these. Perpetual means what? From now on. Perpetual are lifetime payout services. They give you better value. We own it. We control it. Think about this. ACN is becoming one of the largest cell phone companies in the world. ACN's in the process of becoming one of the largest energy companies in the world. ACN's in the process of becoming one of the greatest merchant service companies in the world. Why? Because we have a global platform. See, most companies only have their infrastructure in a country. Verizon sells, cell phone service in the United States. Vodafone sells in Australia. Movistar sells in Mexico. But Flash Mobile has the ability to sell everywhere, because like Virgin Mobile, which is very similar to Flash, we don't own the towers. We lease them, right? We ride on top of them. So in each country, you can get the service with Flash that one day we could be literally one of the largest cell phone companies in the world. Can you imagine having a business that today, ACN's around $800 or $900 million. Can you imagine having your own $800 or $900 million company within the bigger ACN that's coming? That's what I'm excited about. But understand the services that we control, the perpetual services, the ones that are lifetime payouts, that's every service basically, except Dish and Direct right now are lifetime services. Know that you want to focus in on those and learn those. And you want to master one or two services. You want to think like Bruce Lee. How many know the story about Bruce Lee? Right? Bruce Lee, everybody who fought Bruce Lee thought they needed to learn 100 or 200 or 500 moves in order to beat Bruce Lee. They didn't realize he only knew a couple of moves, but he'd practiced them 10,000 times. So no one could pierce his armor because he was so good at the two things that mattered. See, you have to remember in this business, you don't want to be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. You don't want to do this like a cafeteria. How many of you have ever been to a cafeteria and been hungry and couldn't figure out what you wanted to eat? There's everything to eat, but you can't pick anything out because, that's the way you need to think here. If you're confused, so will your prospect. So you want to, learn a couple of services, get really good at them. If you're in a non-energy market, Flash Wireless needs to be one of those. We're going to have a very extensive Flash Wireless Zoom training this week with Platinum RVP Autumn Moyer. She's going to be teaching in depth everything you need to know about Flash. So understand, you want to learn services. If you're in an energy market, hands down energy. How do you get to customers? All that, learn that inside and out. I love Vivint. Vivint's a great service in every market to learn. And we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes, but become a master. Let's talk a little bit about the services, and then we're going to get in to what's really important, and that is how to get the customer, what language, what's the mindset behind it. But this is your storefront. This storefront operates in 50 states and in 25 other countries. And so understand this is where you're going to do all of your business. All your customers are going to go through your storefront to get customers. Now, can I share something with you? Don't text out your storefront or put it on Facebook. No one ever goes to your storefront proactively and orders something, right? You go sit down and help them do it. You get on the phone with them and help them do it. Be there with them and interact with them. Let them know you're going to be there every step of the way, because remember, 60 points is only around 20 services on average. 20 services could be as few as 5 or 6 people, right? So can we agree those 5 or 6 people are important to you? You take care of them, right? In a way that these big companies would never take care of them. So we're going to talk through that as we go through tonight. But let's talk about the August bonus here real quick, because in my mind, in all my time in ACM, July of last month was the best bonus I'd ever seen. And then they made it more in August. I don't even know how they're doing it. I can promise you this, it's not going to be here long. This is an expensive bonus. This costs the founders money. And they're doing this to help us build a business for our families. Look at this, ETT, 555, you help 2 people get qualified with a total of 30 points to the team, $500. ETL, you help 2 people hit 555. Right? $1,500 additional. You're talking about $2,000 for helping someone go ETL. So you're talking about helping someone get $2,000 for going ETL in 30 days. But look down here, Vivint Home Security, 5 points. Dish Network, 5 points. $100 for Dish, $200 for Vivint. Listen, help someone get qualified. They get Vivint, they get Dish, they get $300 of their $500 back instantly. Instantly. Anovia is a great product. 2 services, $400 and 20 points. I'm telling you, hear me, 10 points. I've never seen this before for a single service. 10 points for an Anovia that does over $3,000 in billing, which is almost every company out there. But hear me, don't get so focused on that you're running around trying to sell Anovia, or you'll miss momentum. You will not have success. If you have some low-hanging fruit, you can put in on Anovia, do it. But at the end of the day, as a new IBO, get Vivint, get Dish, get a Vivint, get a Dish customer. If you get Vivint and you get Dish and you get one other person to do the same thing, you get $600, your business is free. Everything else you make is profit. Guys, this is incredible. And in existing IBOs, we have a lot of you on here tonight, is Zoom customers. Acquire 10 Zoom customers, $300. The same Vivint, $200. Anovia, $400. Dish, $100. 5 points, 5 points, 10 points. This is unbelievable. If we can't get 60 points, I'm telling you, if you can't knock 60 points out this month while these points are like this, then, I don't know what to say. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, our business, when I got started, the biggest point value product was 2 points. It was 2 points. And we were 1 point. Video phone was 2 points if you ported a number, 1 point if you didn't. Right? I remember the first 3-point service, everybody said, oh my gosh, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Because used to in the old ACN, to hit team coordinator, you had to have 5 legs of 200 services. So 1,000 services to hit team coordinator, and you had to have 5 team coordinator legs to be a regional vice president. 5,000 services. This is crazy. I'm just telling you, take advantage of it because it will not last. And those bonuses, by the way, are stackable. So let's talk about specific services, and I'm going to try the testimony thing again. We'll see if we can make it happen. By the way, I'm not good with technology, as you guys can tell, but at the same time, you don't have to be. Zoom Energy, gas and electric, 1 to 2 points per service. Residential is 1 point, gas 1 point, electric. Commercial 2 points, gas 2 points, electric. Sign up in your storefront. Here are all the different states that we sell power. 86 utility markets. It's absolutely incredible, guys. I'm so excited. We just launched Georgia, which is off the charts. I mean, you look here all over the place. Ontario. I'm going to be there in 2 weeks in Toronto. We just got so many things happening right now with power. I just talked to Randy Lowry, Regional Vice President, today, and we've got a gentleman who's going to cross 400 customer points this week, personally. 400 customer points personally, but and all energy customers. So understand this is available. If you know people in these states, let's get them in front of the opportunity ASAP. And if they don't want to be a business partner, let's get their energy. Power your home, 10 residential energy, electricity or gas, 10 electricity, 10 gas. They're going to mail you a black card of the average of those bills every single 30 days for as long as you maintain 10. Power your wallet is for people like me that live in a non-energy market. Get 12 gas or 12 electric, and they mail you a check for the average of those 12 plus residual income on the 12. Guys, it's absolutely incredible. And then Zoom Solar, I see Dan and Judy, we just opened in Wisconsin. I think they've got solar customers already. 4 points, South Carolina, you see on here all over the place. We can now do solar. Zoom Energy, you guys know this, was the 13th fastest growing company. Let's talk about Flash Wireless. Flash Wireless, guys, if you don't have Flash Wireless, you're not an ACN yet. I'm just telling you, guys, I'm talking to business owners tonight. I'm talking to people who want to get free with residual income tonight. I'm talking about people who want to make, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever you want to make in ACN. Have Flash Wireless. I have every network in my home. I got a Sprint, I got a Verizon, and I got a T-Mobile. You know why? Because people say, well, it doesn't work. Well, here, borrow this for a week. Take it to your house, see if it works. So it doesn't work. Okay, you borrow the Verizon, borrow the Sprint, whatever you got to do. Why? Because those are tools for building a business. Right? We can get a $20 plan on Verizon, and it'd be a tool for our business. If you're in a contract and you don't want to break something, just get a service. Have a flash phone in your home so you've experienced it. Verizon network, Sprint network, T-Mobile network, and then, of course, this plan I have to mention here. It's the Pro 50. This is the best plan ACN has ever had. It's the best plan in the industry right now. It goes away at the end of this month. 50 gig unthrottled. No one's doing this. And hotspot included, unlimited to the 50 gig. You're not limited like at 10 gig with hotspot. 50 gig. You can hand that phone to somebody. They can watch YouTube from now on. I mean, there's so much data there, and it's so high speed, and that's a Sprint product just through ACN, better than anything in the marketplace for $69, and free activation and account store Stripe for 5. So if you get 5 customers, your 50 gigs free. Okay, and even when it goes away, you can keep it as long as you want to. It never goes away. Anovia payments. Anovia, guys, this is incredible. Anovia payments is 10 points right now. Just for this month, you simply go to your storefront, submit the information, upload a copy of the statement. It takes 5 minutes. Your job's done. Anovia handles everything. For everybody on here, if you're taking notes, write this name down. Cameron Meadows. Cameron Meadows. Now, some of you have somebody at Anovia you're comfortable with. This is a gentleman that's done very well for us. He's helped us, because, listen, this is not always smooth, and we're messing with people's money. It doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. It does most of the time. But when you're talking about equipment, you're talking about machines, you're talking about money, sometimes there's little quirky things that happen. And most business owners hate their merchant providers because they don't think they should be having to pay this money anyway. And so we want to be as good as possible. We're always low. I mean, we save people money like crazy. I talked to Randy Lowry about a restaurant in Ohio that we're saving, I think, $9,000 a year. It's crazy the amount of money that we're saving this one restaurant. So understand there's tremendous value here. But you want to make sure that, when you put it in the notes section, refer to Cameron Meadows per RVP Michael Crowder. So Cameron Meadows per RVP Michael Crowder, and he's going to take that extra care of it because he knows it's part of our organization, and he's just great anyway. Okay, merchant services. Dish Network and DirecTV. Here's what, let me tell you. People say, which one do you like the best? I like Dish Network the best. Hands down, not even close. Why? It's 5 points. That's it. They're both basically identical. DirecTV, I think we're giving free NFL packages 2 points, but 5 points for Dish Network. Are you kidding me right now? And $100. I'd be getting every Dish customer I can. But listen, go through the storefront number and don't call in from a phone that's a Dish customer. If you're an IBO here, if you're an IBO and you have Dish Network, don't go sit down with your new person and call from your phone, because it can route you to Dish and not through ACN, because it knows that number is a Dish customer. It doesn't send it to ACN, it sends it to Dish. So make sure you're calling from their phone if you're getting Dish Network, and make sure you go through your storefront. You can also order online with Dish Network, which is great, but 5 points, are you kidding me? I'd be getting as many as humanly possible. Now, internet, this is incredible. Go to your storefront, put the address in. It'll show you the services available. I've been hearing we've been saving people a ton of money over the existing provider. I mean, Frontier in the market and Frontier us, I've been hearing we're saving people money up to 3 points per service. And then Vivint Home Security. I want to take just a second here, because this service, if you don't have Vivint, guys, I'm telling you, I didn't even understand how big a deal it was. But people with Vivint are having a ton of success with Vivint. And I want to take a moment. I'm going to try this and see if we can hear everybody. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to see if I can get Terry Clark on here. If I can find him here. There he is. Okay. Terry, I'm going to unmute you here and see if it works here. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Mike. Can you hear me okay?
I can't hear Terry. Can you guys hear Terry? Okay, everybody here. That's why when I unmuted everybody a few minutes ago, I couldn't hear anybody. So I think I may be muted out on my side. So Terry, I can't hear you, but I'm just going to turn it over to you and let you kind of share with everybody your story and what's happening, buddy.
Fantastic. Well, Mike, thanks for allowing me to speak on the call tonight. And good evening, everybody. My name's Terry Clark. For those of you that don't know me, I live in the Charlotte market. My wife and I have been married for 32 years now. I've been small business owners, professionals our whole life. I've been in full-time ministry for 20 years. And 2 years ago, we took a look at the ACN opportunity. And long story short, we fell in love with the idea of residual income and getting paid off for these services. But my story is, we did well, but we didn't have a single Vivint customer our first 9-10 months in the business. And it's because, really, in hindsight, we didn't have Vivint. But the moment we have Vivint put in our home, since then, the last 15 or 16 months, we've acquired, more than 20 Vivint personal customers. We have 2 positions in ACN. Both of them are full residual positions, more than 60 points, actually more than 70 points on both of those positions. And so we receive 2 residual income checks every month. And, the Vivint being 5 points now is just an incredible opportunity. And so if you don't have Vivint, you definitely want to get Vivint. It's a great service. You'll love it. The residual income off of it is fantastic. Go out and get those flash services. We got 2 flash phones that are free every month. Hey, Mike, thanks for allowing us to speak to everybody. But, Vivint, it sells itself. If you get it, you'll master this service because you'll absolutely fall in love with it.
Awesome. I just had to wait till you smiled at me because I can't hear you, but everybody else can, which is really, really good. I haven't figured that out yet, but you guys should just smile and feel good about it. But everybody's nodding at me, giving me a thumbs up, Terry. Thank you for carving out time. I know you had a long day and appreciate you carving some time out. And, man, you're crushing Vivint. You've done an incredible job. You and Michelle, both with residuals, with tons of Vivint customers. You've done a phenomenal job. Appreciate you being on. So, guys, with that said, I'm going to keep moving here and talk about small businesses. You can literally get as many as 24 points in a small business. Many of you have small businesses. Move everything you can and start getting paid on it. But more important, go and get customers that are small businesses. You go get 3 small businesses to do this, and you have 70-plus points. So there's an incredible opportunity for small businesses to do some big points and save some significant income. So let's talk about how we get customers. This is really what tonight's about. So I think we are at 38 minutes. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes here talking about how we get customers because really this is what matters. You see, you really have to understand that as you learn how to do this, you can literally explode your business. But I want to tell you a couple things real quick. I was talking to Franco LaFranco. I'm going to be with him in a week and a half up in Toronto. We did a call last night for his team. And Franco has built one of the biggest teams for customer acquisition in the world. He literally has RVPs with multiple 5-figure monthly residuals that you've never heard of, right? They're not even on the charts. And the reason is because they have teams packed full of customers. He told me about one lady. I'm going to read it to make sure I have the statistics right. That in Belleville, Ontario, a city of 29,000, he started with a 21-year-old, and in 5 years, she was 26, and she was RVP. She has 8 RDs, 16 TCs, and 30,000 customers in and around that small town of 29,000 people. Can we agree small cities can crush this business if done the right way? But see, one thing that they learned, that they mastered, was this, customer acquisition. So before I go into the proven method, let me just give you some coaching here. Because what I don't want you to do is lose momentum in your business by taking your eye off of the process of getting customers. See, customers are acquired in home meetings. Your home meeting is where the customer is acquired. So it's very important to understand, everybody on here, what do you want to do tonight? You want to do a home meeting, a personal home meeting. The way you get 60 points is pack out a home meeting. Give them a customer survey form. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. They fill it out. The no's, the people who aren't interested in the business, use these methods to go get them as a customer. The people who are interested in the business, go out and get them in the business, teach them how to get that bonus and help them master this as well. But remember, all customers, for the most part, most customers are acquired through your home meeting, and that's how you build it. And you want to always lead with the business. Always lead with the business. This is very important. Getting customers takes a different mindset and process than recruiting. So when you're recruiting, you never do both of those at the same time with one person. You never try to recruit somebody and get them as a customer at the same time because it's 2 different approaches. So when you're recruiting someone, you're using posture. When you're inviting someone to a meeting, it's about posture. When you're getting customers, it's about humility. It's about, doing a favor, right? So it's two different things, very important, but always lead with the business. I'll tell you a quick story. Franco went to a home meeting with his sponsor, Amar Singh. And he's there at the home meeting and he signs up and he's like, I just love this business concept, residual income. And he looks at the thing, he's like, ACN. ACN sounds familiar. He went home and found out that his phone bill was ACN. His long distance at home was with ACN. And the guy that made him a customer never told him there was a business opportunity. So Franco called him up and said, listen, I got good news and bad news. Good news is I signed up in ACN. The guy's like, awesome. He's like, bad news is not under you, right? And I'm taking my customer back, right? And what happened today, Franco has hundreds of thousands of customers, millions and millions a month in billing that gentleman has never made a dime on because he led with a customer instead of leading with the business opportunity. Very important. So the customer acquisition approach is based on relationship. It's based on your why. You have to master this approach. You have to realize it's a numbers game. Follow-up is everything, and referrals will make you a fortune. Referrals will make you a fortune. But here's the most important thing to understand. You're going to run into three types of people, right, as you make your customer list. Now, I'm a big believer in making lists. If you see back here, I have journals. These are all my journals. And you want to journal with your list, and you want to move people that aren't interested in the business, you want to move them to your customer list. So when you call somebody up and invite them to a home meeting, they say no to the opportunity, just write down future customer, move them to your customer list. Now use the script when you're getting customers. I'm going to teach you the script here in just a minute. But what you need to understand is that you're going to run into three types of people: red apples, green apples, and brown apples. Red apples are going to say yes to whatever you want. That's my mother-in-law, right? She lives with me. She's right over there, right? She's going to be my customer. Why? She lives with me. That's red apple, right? Price doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Red apple, just come on to the storefront. We're going to sign up everything you have. And thank you so much. I'm going to babysit your kids. I'm going to wash your car. I'm going to do anything I can to help you, okay? Green apples want to help you, but they have some questions. When people ask questions about rates and services, just use a simple answer and go straight back to your why. We're going to talk about that in just a couple minutes. And then we have brown apples. How many of you have ever talked to brown apples? You can give a brown apple a gold brick, and they'll complain about how heavy it is, right? They'll drop it on their foot. Now, I can't believe I got to carry this thing around. Right? That's a brown apple. We all know them. And if y'all want any, if y'all don't have any, I got plenty. They have my last name. You can have them there. It's okay. I don't talk to them about ACN. Why? Because it's here, right? It's mindset. But sometimes in the beginning, brown apples can really mess with you, right? And you have to, in your mind, move around that, right? I mean, don't be like, listen, I appreciate, thanks for not being my customer. Next time you need your kid's babysitting, call Verizon and see if they'll babysit them for you. Now, don't do that. Don't ruin relationships over it. Brown apples are brown apples. You already know who they are. Just don't ask them to be a customer, right? So let's look at how it works. The proven techniques that ACN was built on. ACN was simply built on this. Hi, Mom. I started a business. It would mean the world to me if you would try my service. That's what ACN was built on. Hey, brother. Hey, neighbor. Hey, cousin. I've started a business. I would love it if you would support me and try my service. Right? Simply put, it's relationship based. And listen, as hard as it is for you as starting ACN, if you're brand new on here tonight, it is very hard to understand that this is not about price. People don't become your customer because of price. They become your customer because they want to help you. They're going to save money as a byproduct of what we do. But if you sell them services, you will struggle. If you try to convince them to be a customer because you're saving them $12 a month, as soon as AT&T knocks on their door and offers them $9 a month for 3 months and then jacks their price up, they're going to leave you if you get them on price. But if you get them on the script I'm going to teach you, they will never leave you. So understand, this is the key to how we build this business. It's called a favor, help, try. Favor, help, try. Can you do me a huge favor? Can you help me out? Can you try my service? And in order to do that, your why has to be compelling. Your reason for doing it has to be heartfelt. Your why cannot be fake. It can't be phony. You've got to be real with people. See, and many of you on here, like, I don't ask for favors, I do favors. But let me tell you something. I remember taking my pastor out to lunch one day. And one thing Terry will tell you, Terry's a pastor, I don't let pastors pay. You know, Terry and I had lunch today, and he tried to pay, and I won't let it because I don't let pastors pay. You know, pastors are doing what they're called to do. People need to help them and support them. And so I took my pastor out to lunch one day, and he snuck and paid. And I got so upset with him. I'm like, what are you paying for? He said, listen, I want to bless you. And if you pay, you'll rob the blessing from me. He said, the blessing from me is to bless you. See, when do people feel the greatest? When they've helped somebody out, right? That people do. I mean, how many of you have ever asked for directions? And you can tell the person has no clue where you're going, but they try to help you. They're like, you go up here and I think it's a left at the light. And then you're probably going to, no, it's a right at the light, but then you're going to turn left and it's down there, I think, and I hope that helps, right? Because they want to help you, even though they have no idea how. So understand, when you ask somebody for a favor, you're actually giving them the blessing. You're giving them the ability to help you and feel great about it. That's the thing here, and you have to get this in your head, is it comes down to your why. It must touch, move, and inspire. It has to be authentic. It has to be real. People can spot a phony a mile away. If you're trying to sell them services, you're going to struggle getting customers. You see, you have to understand what you're dealing with. Be honest and sincere. The bigger your why, the easier it is to get customers. And, you know, I remember, you know, let's say I'm calling up John. Hey, John, it's Michael. Listen, do you have a second? You know, John, I need a huge favor. John, I need a huge favor. And he waits. What's he thinking I want? I'm wanting a loan, right? No, I need a huge favor. Listen, I've started a business because, you know, my 4 companies been struggling. All 3 of my kids are in college. You know, it's really caused me to have a lot of stress. You can tell, right? It's caused me to have a ton of stress. And because of that, you know, I started a business in the services arena that's helping people save some money on their bills. Would you do me a huge personal favor and try one of my services? I mean, if you can try them all, it'd be great. But at the worst case, could you just try one service? You don't understand. I am 5 or 6 customers away from a promotion, whatever your numbers are. And it would be a blessing to me. You'll be my hero today. I'll do anything I can to repay you. Can we do that? Can we go to my storefront right now? Awesome. And go make them a customer, right? Be okay asking for a favor. The second approach we use, which is, I believe, the most effective approach, is this tool. This is called the customer survey form. This customer survey, guys, hear me, is worth $1 million to your family if you use it to right. I'm going to repeat that. This customer service will make you a millionaire if you learn how to use it and teach other people how to use it. It's very simple. Hey, John, it's Michael. Can you do me a huge favor? John, listen, I don't know if you know this, my 4 companies have been struggling. All 3 of my kids are in school. It's caused me to absolutely stress out. You know, I had a for sale sign in the yard that the bank put there. I hate to put all this on you, but here's why I'm calling, man. I need a favor. You know, I've started a business, and here's what happens. We help people save some money on their bills, but more important, you're going to be a huge blessing to me. Do you have 5 minutes that we could fill out a quick survey? Let me see if I can save you some money on some bills, and you don't understand what you'll do for me and what that'll mean. And you fill out the customer survey, which is available at aliveandfocused.com. And here's what you say when you call them back. Great news, I found savings for you. If you found $20 worth of savings on their TV bill, I found $240 in savings this year for you. Don't say $20 a month. Multiply it times 12. I found $240 worth of savings for you this year. Can I come over right now? You don't understand this. I'm telling you, man, you are going to be my hero today. This is such a blessing to me. And then you can also use this approach. Let's say you're a student. Students have trouble getting customers. If you're in your 18, 19, 20 years old, people, you know, they don't know you in this environment. So here's what you say. Listen, I took an apprentice with some people. I'm working with the company. I need to get 5 surveys filled out before midnight tonight. This is my personal goal. Can you help me be a survey? You know, we got the inside scoop. They may be able to save you some money, but That's for the experts. I just need to get the surveys filled out. Can you help me fill out a survey tonight? Be one of my 5. It'll take 5 minutes. You see what I'm doing here? If you're a business owner, I started a business. If you're an employee, I'm working with a business, right? Because you want to relate to them the way they know you when you call them up to get a survey done. And what I want to do right now is we have Dr. LaWanda Williams on the phone here. She is on the phone, I think. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to unmute her because I want to tell you this, guys, and I don't want to steal her story, but her and her husband, Dennis, are tremendous leaders here in the Charlotte marketplace, tremendous leaders. They got into business. I remember I signed them up. I was a TC, and I went and did a PBR. I think it's over 6 years ago, and they signed up into business. They went out and got 60 points immediately, and then some life things happened, and they had to take some time off ACM. And I'll let her tell you what happened when they took 1.5 years off of ACM, what happened to their residual. And then I want her to tell you what happened when they decided to sign her husband, Dennis, up. Because if you're in this business and your spouse is not in, you got to get your spouse in because you could double dip the comp plan. I want LaWanda to take a moment and tell you, number one, what happened for her and Dennis. Number two, what residual means to her. And number three, how they use the script to make that happen. And once again, I can't hear. So I'm going to, LaWanda, when you're finished, just give me a thumbs up, please. It's all yours.
Hey, guys. Hey, Michael, thanks for allowing me to be on the call to share tonight. Guys, our story real quickly, as Michael said, we started this opportunity about 6 years ago, and it has just been a life-changing event for us. But I do want to tell you, we got started. We got our 60 points right out of the gate because we were told that that was the way that we were to make money. And so we did that. But as Michael said to you guys, life got in our way. And, I was trying to get ready to retire and do some other things. So we took 1.5 years off. But the one thing that I will tell you is because we had our 60 points, our residual income continued month after month after month. And about 1.5 years ago, my husband, Dennis, decided that he would get in the business as well. And so we were building our business. We were building that line. And he went out. He asked people to do him a huge favor. He did a couple of follow-up calls. He was bound and determined that people were going to make him tell them, he was going to make people tell him no. So he followed up, he made people tell him no, and he was able to get over 100 customers in a month's time. So being persistent, following up, getting your 60 points out of the gate will help you continue to build residual income. And as Michael said, just ask for a huge favor. Use humility when you're doing that. And having your 60 points will continue your residual income growing. So I thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all in Detroit.
Thank you so much, LaWanda. I appreciate that. You guys have done such a tremendous job. And what I want to do real quickly, before I got a little bit more information, and I'm going to try to hear from Jeremy Reed before we wrap up here. But here's what I want you to talk to you about is as LaWanda mentioned, she, I assume she mentioned, they ran around, they got a bunch of customers, got 100 customer points in 30 days with Dennis, to get themselves to team coordinator. And they did that, using a script. But look here, go see the person face to face, sit down with them, look at their bills, help them sign up, energy it simple, do it over the phone, follow up when they get their installation. Give them a quick call. And, here's something I do, guys. Let's see if I've got this right here. I still send personal thank you cards. Very few people still send personal thank you cards. I write handwritten thank you cards, and you would be amazed at what that means to someone. See, this is about you having a customer for life. See, think about it. What if, you get 60 customer points, it opens up all your residual, and it creates a $600 a month residual. Let's just take a number. Guys, do you realize every point produces $10 in residual income for you? if you had 60 points and it produced a $600 monthly residual, every single point is worth $10 a month. That means one Flash Wireless customer to you is worth $360 a year in residual income. You ever thought about it that way? How about this? You get one customer that's Vivint today, 5 points. That's worth $50 a month to you if you have a $600 residual. I'm not saying it pays you that off that customer. I'm telling you those points unlock that ability to earn that income. So when you look at a customer, you don't look at them as, wow, I'm going to make 10% of their bill. No, those points unlock it's like tumblers in a safe to open up the riches in ACM. And let me tell you what Simon Abood did. Simon Abood, one of the top earners in ACM's history, has 20 customers, I believe. 20 customers, his grandmother, his mom, his cousin, his aunt, all these people. Well, because those 20 customers unlocked the ability for him to make millions and millions of dollars. A couple of years ago, I heard this story, and he told me it. He's in Canada. They can travel to Cuba. He takes every one of his customers on vacation to Cuba, gives them each a credit card, and says, enjoy. Whatever you want, it's on me. Why? Because mom was a direct TV customer years ago, or the cousin got a cell phone 5 years ago. Why? Because it unlocked his ability to get paid at this level. So you have to look at each customer not from, just the residual you get on the bill. Look at what it does in the big picture for your business, and then relate that a favor, how much that means to you, to your customer. And once you literally use that favor to get the customer, they're going to feel so good about helping you because it meant something. Be thankful. Send them a gift. Let me tell you, send them a $5 gift card to Starbucks. Something little like this, a $5 gas card, something that just lets them know what it meant to you. Write them a letter, write them a handwritten note. Remember their birthday. Send them a note on their birthday, happy birthday. Just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you being my customer. Do you think Verizon's sending them a personal handwritten note? The CEO of Verizon is sending them a handwritten note and remembering their daughter's birthday? No, see, that's what separates you. This is what separates business owners thinking like a business owner and customer service and that experience. You see, you only need a handful of people to support you to have 60 points your entire life at ACN. Now, here's what I love. Play a game with these customers. Let them know that the monopoly is going to call them back or send them a letter trying to get them back. And here's what I always tell them. Listen, if you've had direct TV for 10 years, or let's say you've had Time Warner or Spectrum for 10 years, and you move over to Dish Network and you cut the bill in half, and they call you up and say, hey, we're going to offer you $19.99 a month to come back to us for 6 months. Mr. Customer, here's what I want you to say. Listen, I'd be glad to come back as a customer. Here's what I want you to do. Number one, I want you to go back to 8 years I've been your customer, and I want you to pay me the difference in that every month. What you're offering me now and what you've been charging me for 8 years. Mail it to my house. When I get the check, I'll move back. And then your customer is actually going to be waiting on that phone call to have fun with Direct or Dish or Verizon or whoever it is that's calling them, because they're going to try to get that customer back. But you go ahead and have that conversation with the customer, and they'll have fun with it in the process. And the last thing I want to talk to you real quickly about is how to use social media. You see, as you get customers, referrals are everything, but understand that people use social media. You can explode your business or destroy your business on Facebook. Here, don't go put your storefront on Facebook. Don't go put 25% off of iPhone 6s today on my Facebook. Don't put your storefront on Facebook. Don't put anything about ACN on Facebook. Instead, have people post testimonials that are public on your Facebook. So let's say you save your neighbor $500 a year on their, internet home phone. Have them go on there and say, listen, thanks for saving me $500 on my phone and internet service. You're the best. Not thanks for helping me get a service through ACN in your store. No, none of that. Keep the intrigue. And when you do that, two things are going to happen. You're going to recruit people from that thanks. You're going to recruit people from them saying, how did you save that person money? Are you making money on that? Same thing on Twitter. Have them tweet it. Whatever that looks like. Thanks for saving me this money. Thanks. All the time when I hear people say things, many of you on here have had me. I've said, listen, send me that in a text so I can put it on Facebook. I love getting stories where, hey, Michael, my residual jumped 300% this month. Hey, Michael, I saved $50 a month. Hey, Michael, I just got my cell phone free. I now have, $1,000 savings a year. Thank you so much. See, they don't know what all that means. That causes people to ask questions. This is very important as you're building your business, that you keep your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything totally clean of ACN. Once you're RVP or SVP or whatever, you can't help it, right? And it doesn't matter anymore, because now you're recruiting people because of your success, not recruiting people hoping you will have success. It's a totally different approach. So in the beginning, clean your Facebook page totally, and then talk about who do you know. And this is another thing here, is people you do business with. If you do business with them, if you write them a check, if they're your dry cleaner, if they cut your hair, not mine, if they do your nails, if they cut your grass, whatever that, your doctor, your dentist, your lawyer, whoever you spend money with, owe you 30 minutes of their time. They don't have to do the business, but they need to be your customer. Guess what? I have a different accountant than I had when I started ACN. I had the same accountant for 13 years. He's not my accountant anymore. You know why? He's not my customer. It's simply put. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars there. Guess what? Now my accountant's in my team. Right? It's that simple. Right? Who's my lawyer? Somebody on my team. Who do I get my insurance from? Somebody on my team. Everything I do is through my team. Who's my dentist? And my team. Everything. And so you have to sell out here, guys. This is your future. This is your track to total financial freedom. This means something to you and your family. I remember we have an executive team leader on here that I remember she called me. She said, listen, I've been going to the same chiropractor for 7 years. I asked him to get a quote from Innovia. He got the quote. We're saving him $50 a month. He said, it's just not worth the hassle. She's like, what do you mean it's not worth the hassle? I've been here for 7 years. I'll just have to find another chiropractor. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. He said, I had no idea it meant that much to you. And he became her customer. See, they just don't know what it means to you unless you share that favor and that help. This is how you build an army of customers. This is how you build a team that gets an army of customers. Is you can't sell. You have to start here when you're getting customers. It's so important when it comes to that. And by the way, one last thing, if you're getting your house painted, I would interview 5 painters. If you're getting your roof done, I'd interview 5 roofers. If I'm getting somebody to roof my house, they're either going to be a rep or a customer, period. If somebody's going to fix my air conditioner or provide me a new air conditioner, they're going to be a rep or customer. If I'm spending money, they're going to spend money. The old days, it was called barter. Today it's called your 60 points, right? And so I'm saying, make your customer list, attack it, practice your approach, be totally excited, get your 60 points as fast as you can, go for 100. And the most important thing you can do, guys, is register for Detroit, because that event here in the United States, I know we have many people on here from Australia, the Brisbane event a week later. Guys, understand, you have no idea what's about to happen in this company. 25 year, we're about to have our 25th year birthday, and that's happening at the home of ACN, which started in Detroit, Michigan in 1993. Guys, you're looking at history at this event. You do not want to miss it. Some of the announcements that they're going to make, guys, that they've been talking to us about the COC are going to blow your mind. You have to get to Detroit. We have people coming in from all over the world because of this event. It's not just about you getting there. It's about you bringing people and have by the end of February. I love that. Have your 60 points by the end of this month. Get it done. And with that said, guys, I hope tonight was helpful. I hope it was, effective. I hope everybody got something out of it. One thing I want to do real quick, since we're kind of here on we're doing a little bit informal. I want to take just 1 minute here and see if I can find Jeremy Reed and get him to do a quick testimony, because if he's there he is. I want you to hear from Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm going to unmute you. I can't hear you, but just give me a thumbs up when you're finished. I want everybody to hear your story, buddy, because it's so special.
How's everybody doing tonight? My name's Jeremy Reed. I'm a regional director. I've been in ACN for about 18 months. When I saw ACN, the presentation was done by none other than Randy Lowry. And when he did the presentation, he didn't try to convince me that someday I could quit my job, because I probably would have had a hard time accepting that. But what he did do is show me how I could get my gas, my electric and my cell phone bills to go away. And for my family, short story, 5 children, blended family. We had a house fire. We lost our home. We are in a very, very bad spot financially. And when I saw an opportunity to make my gas, my electric, and my cell phone bills go away, that's why I decided to get started in ACN. So the first thing I did the day I got started was get my gas and electric bills put in. And what happened after that is I was comfortable with putting a gas and electric bill in. And I moved forward and I put 45 gas and electric bills in between friends and family members. Very quickly got my gas and electric bills to go away in the form of a rebate. So actually, the average amount of my customers' bills is much more than mine. So I actually make over $100 over and above my gas and electric bill every month. My residual income by the time when I hit 60 points tripled. I'll be a regional vice president in the next couple months, and my residual income will triple again. But already at the number that we're at now, it's enough to pay all the utilities and the rent at my home. And we owe it all to the training and support of these leaders like Mr. Crowder, Mr. Lowry, and the Mazers. And guys, all I can tell you is go out and get your services for free, because what has happened, as soon as I got 60 points and I got my services for free, the people on my team started doing the same thing. You can't tell people to go get 60 points if you don't get 60 points. You can't tell people how great it is to get free gas and free electric if you don't do it yourself. You've got to go out and do it, lead from the front, and your team will explode. Thanks, Mr. Crowder.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. I appreciate your time, buddy, and appreciate everybody who helped us with tonight's event. I think tonight has been very effective. And guys, I'm so excited. Let me give you some advice here. Number one, get your 60 points done, but do it through a living room. Let's get your living room filled. Let's put people in front of the business as fast as you can. Take the yeses and help them build momentum and help them make that $2,000 bonus, and take the no's and ask them for that huge favor. Help them become a customer. And let's go get everybody the experience of residual income. I mean, how many rhetorically here, would love to have that residual income that covers, just like Jeremy was talking about, free services, true value in ACN. Think about not just you. What if you had a team of 100 or 1,000 people that had free cell phone service? That they were going to have 5 cell phone customers for the rest of their life because their service is free. If they were to drop a service, they'll replace it instantly. See, what I've learned about this business is if you get yourself paid, your people will get themselves paid. Everything you do duplicates. ACN says, hey, here's 60 points is how you maximize everything. 75 in Australia. Guys, get it done. Knock it out. So with that said, guys, I hope tonight's been helpful for everybody. I did record it. Sorry, my audio is kind of quirky here, but appreciate all the testimonies. You looked great, and I'm excited to be on tonight, and I'm excited about what's happening. Can't wait to spend time with everybody in Detroit. With that said, God bless you. This concludes tonight's training.